topic of the day. So there's been some instances in the news lately about companies getting sued for what some might feel is relatively small, like Kraft Mac and Cheese is getting sued for $5 million for allegedly their mac and cheese is taking longer than what is advertised, like the 3.5 minutes and stuff like that. And TGI Fridays is getting sued because their mozzarella sticks don't actually contain real mozzarella in them. So a lot of these cases tend to get thrown out, but some actually make it all the way, and some people actually get a lot of money from these lawsuits.
This isn't anything new.
I know this isn't anything new, but it's been coming up in the news a lot lately. So what is our thoughts on that? Do you think people should be awarded millions for companies' mishaps like this, or do you think they're doing the right thing and proving a point? I don't know. What's your take? Is this greed or is this smart genius?
I think it's both, and I think it's fair.
If a court's gonna award you, get the bag.
Yeah.
The court's gonna allow it to get that far. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't understand the macaroni and cheese one, but whatever. But this all stems from remember the McDonald's one?
Mm-hmm.
It's the reason that it says caution it's hot.
Yeah.
Because it used to not say that. And some lady, burned herself severely.
Although that one is like a false frivolous
Right.
lawsuit.
Well, that was kind of silly.
You research that
ordered
one.
hot.
I know you're going with this.
She ordered coffee,
Hot coffee.
but she didn't look. She wanted some money to cover not a lot of money past whatever her insurance thing, and it's like the poster child now of a frivolous lawsuit.
Yeah,
but that one wasn't that bad.
Didn't McDonald's put more money into they put out the narrative out there that they pretty much just badmouthed her, wrote a bunch of stuff about her.
Oh,
to make it seem that she's so dumb, that she's so stupid. And she's like, no, I'm not suing you because of it's hot. I just want my medical stuff. You did burn me, but just pay for that. I'm not looking to get $10 million from you.
But she ordered hot coffee.
Yeah, well, it turned, I don't remember what it was, but they said the temperature of the coffee was well above what normal serving
that's what it is.
It was unusually hot.
You're right. That's
it was ridiculously high
to keep it hotter longer.
I see.
So it was way over, and then McDonald's was pissed at her about it, so they paid people a smear campaign to just ruin her reputation because they didn't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She wasn't actually at fault for it. Yeah, she might have spilled coffee on her, but still, McDonald's.
The narrative on her was completely false.
And TGIF Fridays?
Apparently they're...
What is it then?
I don't know.
Imitation?
I don't know.
It's probably like imitation. a lot of cheese doesn't contain that much
it said the manufacturer was getting sued, so maybe it's not TGI that's getting sued. It might be whoever sells them the mozzarella stick is getting sued, but either way. Either way, though, it's still
I'm
kind
just
of...
curious what it is now. It's not mozzarella, but they put it in.
Yeah.
And that's a fascinating of itself. The FTC that regulates so much what you can advertise to places, Federal Trade Commission, all these things of what you can and cannot consider things by these really scientific definitions of contains at least this much percent of this thing, as well as just the regulations on how many parts per millions of bugs can be inside of food, a lot of stuff like that.
So bizarre.
That's crazy.
But
Subway didn't have a thing where somebody was posting pictures of their foot-long subs, and
it's
they
not
were
short.
clearly not a foot long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. And I read about this a long time ago about how some person thought he could put his camper in auto cruise or whatever, and while on the road, he went in the back and made himself a cup of coffee, and of course, his RV went crashing off the road. But then he ended up suing because in the manual didn't say that he couldn't get up while his car was in auto.
Those people, those type of people drive every day.
Yeah. Man, but I don't know. I don't think I think it's just really smart. I think it's just them knowing who to go talk to. It's crazy how so many lawyers don't just look at this and like, this will never go through. I'm not even going to waste my time on this. And then I don't know. It's crazy how it just gets past that point.
But maybe they did go through like a
Yeah.
few different lawyers, and their lawyers were like, "We're not taking this. We're not wasting our. We're not doing this."
Right.
And then one's like,
And then one's like, "You know what? Let me do
There's
this."
something-
Yeah, I mean, if there's people that know how to make an argument because it's their job, it's a lawyer. So
Yeah.
if they can look at this and be like, you know what, I can make an argument for this. I think we have a shot. And I'd be like, all right, let's do it then. Let's go. Like,
Do you think there's a chance that when companies do pay out to these kind of weird situations, that it impacts how much they end up charging the other people that don't do that stuff? Like retailers always make the argument that when people steal,
mhm.
you know, it costs them money, so they have to charge more because people stealing,
Yeah.
and so don't steal because of that. Now, would they actually have lower prices if there was no theft? I'm not so sure they would.
No,
Yeah.
but we're still gonna pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there'd be another excuse of
Yeah.
some sort.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't think, like that lady, I don't think she was inconvenienced by $5 million. Like,
no.
$5
$5
million?
million. Yeah, I don't think she was inconvenienced that
Because
hard.
her Kraft macaroni and cheese took longer than
Took.
what it said.
4 minutes to be ready instead of 3
Doesn't it
minutes.
always have
They're
like a little?
6.5, 7 on medium heat based
Maybe.
off.
Doesn't it always
Maybe.
have like a little asterisk that says time cooking times may vary?
Depending
I-
on my
I don't
Or
think
your
so.
oven or
I
your
guess
stove
not
or-
But
because
they
that.
I've seen
show,
those kind of
but,
Yeah.
but it says on the I made mac and cheese yesterday. I know. It says like
Like the box?
it says the recommended temperature and time, or not temp, the time for each wattage.
Yeah.
And you open your microwave door and it'll say the
So you're
wattage.
talking about
Yeah.
a microwave, like the Easy Cup
Yeah.
things that you
I don't
just
know
add
if that's-
water?
I think that
It'll
this
just fill
one
up a little bit.
is referring to it's the Velveeta, and it literally says it in the title, 3.5 mac and cheese ready. Like, it's there. So buying it, you're just assuming, you know.
That must be the Easy Mac.
I guess.
Right, 'cause
I
it takes
guess.
longer than that to boil water.
Yeah.
That's why I was.
I
I'm
guess.
curious.
I know
though.
about those.
I know.
Easy Mac, 3.5 minutes in the microwave.
I don't know. I think it's silly that it's got to be that much, but maybe it's. And some people might make an argument that, well, they got to make it high, or else how do they get their message across that what they're doing is wrong? So you got to, you know, like.
Is it wrong?
Like $5 million. Well, to them, they think it's wrong. You know, I'm just saying that false advertising. Some people take that seriously, Kelly.
Well, you probably got to prove something that you were like damaged, or or that misleading stuff cost you the amount of money you're asking for.
Yeah. There's no. I don't think that. I don't see how that's possible. I don't see how you can prove that you were affected by 5. You didn't have 5 million to begin with. Like you. So how did you say? I don't know. I don't get how it works. I really
Well,
don't.
what if? The chain of this. What if you were trying to feed your child before you had to leave for work, and they didn't get to eat, and then like their kid ended up sick or something like that,
Okay.
malnourished, and then passed out, like a whole chain of events
Yeah.
set in motion by a 30-second.
That's stretch.
It's a stretch.
That's a
Yeah.
huge.
Well,
Because you got it
gotta
like,
make some kind of argument like that if you're
Yeah,
going to be a
yes.
lawyer. with
Yeah.
this.
so you have it down to the second, basically, because you're telling me you don't have like a few extra minutes,
Mhm.
especially with children.
I was just making that up.
Yeah, I
so
know,
don't
but I'm just saying, like,
But you'd have to have something really.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
crazy.
you have to justify it, but that's insane to me. But
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I
don't
think
know.
these lawsuits are silly. I
I
think
think-
they're a waste of the court's time.
Yeah.
That you have to that instructions need to account for all forms of common sense.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
next thing the packaging is going to be like this big
Mhm.
and the really
Yeah.
teeny
Right.
tiny
And
little
in
font.
30 years, all manuals are going to be like 100 pages long, just of the added because of stuff like
Don't do
this. Don't do this. Don't do. Oh, no. Like, it's just it's really silly. I don't know. I don't really blame them. I mean, heck, they're being opportunistic, you know. So you can't fault them for that. But it's just really silly. So I do think it's kind of genius and greed, a little bit of that at the same time.
I think I would be anti it because something about it, you always hear about court systems being backlogged and all this stuff, and it makes you wonder if some case like this, for example, whatever judge in courtroom is going to be used by this, someone else is maybe in prison or jail awaiting some trial,
Yeah.
racking up our tax dollars, waiting to
Yeah.
go to trial.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't have any hard evidence of that, but it seems like
Yeah.
that must be part of that. So I'm
Yeah.
going to be anti-ridiculous
Right.
lawsuits.
It is ridiculous. I don't really know the court system that well. I know there isn't there like a special court system that handles petty stuff like this. I don't really
Like
know.
small, well, that doesn't sound that petty.
No.
It sounds petty, but not small claims.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
I mean,
right.
either way, it's still. in
It's
a
still holding
court.
up. It's holding up something
It's
for
still
sure.
taxpayers' dollars.
Yeah.
No matter what,
Taxpayers' dollars.
People that don't pay a lot of taxes.
people that
People that don't pay a lot of taxes don't care about dollars.
Yeah. I don't know.
Taxation stuff.
But I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Kev?
I mean, I'll say go for it. I feel like there's a lot of ridiculous things in court. I watched Judge Judy back in the day, and it was always ridiculous. So
So
Yeah.
small claims court.
it goes with the territory.
you could throw them in there. Why
I
not?
don't know if $1 million considered small claims.
Well,
though.
that's just one situation.
I
Like,
know.
if it's really ridiculous, they could throw it in there. But
Yeah.
they don't make it ridiculous. It's just,
It's dollar amount what makes it small claims.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Kelly?
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely a waste of time.
Waste
And
of time?
Yeah.
Boomer.
Boomer.
You are.
Okay, millennial. Oh, I'm
Got 'em.
sorry. Gen Z.
I'm all for it. Get
You're all
back.
for it. Get paid. Do what
Yeah.
you got to do. All right.
Send it.
All right. Well, there we have it.
What is that phrase? Get the bag?